Welcome y'all, Wes DIY Food Plot Pro, and today we're talking about cell cams. Two major problems that I saw using these cams in 2022. Last year, I dove into the market and I bought 10 or 12 of these things and I put them all over the farms. And when I was thinking about how I used them successfully or unsuccessfully in 2022, I got to thinking about some of the issues that I had. I think this is a common pitfall for an awful lot of us. Well, there's two things that I want to talk about today when we're using these cell cams to make sure that we stay out of trouble and to make sure that we keep as good a chance as we possibly can of killing those older class mature whitetails that we're all after. Okay, so the first thing, it's not necessarily cell cams, it's just for all cameras in general, that you have to remember when you're using these things right here, especially for you guys that are in areas like me where I can't bait, I can't put out salt blocks, I can't put out corn, can't put out any kind of attractant, okay? This camera is only set up to take a small field of view. So don't put all your confidence in this camera. This is not going to show you everything on that farm, especially when you don't have anything to lure them right to a certain spot. Real life example on this one, I had a farm last year. I put this exact camera on. It was a soybean field. It was a double crop where they cut the wheat and they planted soybeans behind it. Well, if you know anything about a double crop soybean, it comes off late. They plant them in late June. They are irresistible to whitetails. I don't know if it's the smell of grain. I suspect that's what it is. Pulls them in, and then those brand new fresh little soybeans that are coming up, they will hammer their butt all summer long. So if you find a wheat and soybean field, you will find a very good chance of seeing a large majority of whitetails, especially a lot of bucks. So I had this camera on that farm, right? And the soybeans were 6-7 inches tall. There should be deer all over this farm. This farm is kind of a square, and I moved this camera and I moved this camera and I moved this camera, and I tried to find trails, and I did everything that I could do to try to get this thing to get me some pictures. It just was very inconsistent. This camera was a live action camera. I have all mine set to send to me immediately. This camera here would have days where it would take maybe one doe or two doe in the morning. One doe, maybe two doe in the evening. Didn't matter really where you'd moved it in the field, on what trail. That's basically what was going on. I was really losing confidence in this farm because I'm not seeing what I want to see on camera. And I started trusting these a lot, okay? I had a lot of trust in these cameras. So what did I do? I went out to that farm, and it was, I don't know, late July. It was like 100 degrees, 90% humidity, just absolutely miserable. Put all my camo on, my face mask on, brought my Thermacell with me, and I went and sat in my stand, and what did I see? 12 different bucks, and ain't no telling how many different does using that field. What were they doing? When they entered the field, they stayed right in the dead center of the field, but basically the whole time, which was probably a minimal of 50 yards away from any edge. They weren't showing up on this camera. Yet they were there every single day, and we ended up killing one of those big ones later on in the season. The first pitfall of using cell cams specifically, because it's real-time data, is don't be so worried about whether you're seeing deer on your cameras or not. It's not telling you the entire story over your 3-acre plot, 5-acre plot, 1-acre plot, whatever. It's giving you a very little piece of knowledge on one certain location on that farm. Also, if you are using real-time data, as far as what I mean by that is this thing is transmitting, takes a picture, and it sends it right then and there. You are missing a lot of pictures. The reason for that is this thing quits taking pictures when it's sending it to your phone, okay? So if you have a bachelor group, which is what typically happens in the summertime, you're gonna have a single file of deer start pouring out. You're gonna get the first buck on camera. Likely you're gonna miss the second, the third. You might get the fourth or fifth on camera. This is a great tool to use, but it's a tool, guys. It's not all of our scouting needs. We still need to go out there and sit and observe and see how these deer are using these plots. Especially if you are running these things on live data. I actually did a test with these cameras last year and to see if we were missing bucks, and the results are on another video that I posted. Are you missing pictures of bucks using cell cams? So if you're interested in that, you can go watch that. The second thing, which I think is vitally more important than the first, when using these cell cams, when you're getting real-time data, as far as it's sending it to your phone, the problem with that is when we all set up our farms, we set up a north stand, a south stand, a east stand, a west stand, as far as for those type of wind. The problem with these cameras right here is if you know that you've got a north wind coming tomorrow, you're not going to sit in the south wind stand. You're going to the north wind stand. Well, guess what? Then camera goes off at 3:08 in the morning, right before you're about to get up to go out. And guess where Mr. Big Buck is? He's on the wind stand. So what's this gonna make you do? Now you're in a dadgum predicament, because what you want to do, say the heck with the wind, I'm going in there to kill that buck. If you didn't use your cell cams, you would not realize that he was on that set, and you would still go to the set where you had the correct wind. But since you got this real-time data, it makes you want to forget about the wind and just go on with it. That's a common pitfall in whitetail hunting, is going into sets that you have set up with a predominant wind that you're safe with. And most of us, if we've got a decent amount of acres, we have certain different stands for different locations. And these right here will put your skills to the test of how much you believe in that wind, because you would not believe how many times north wind camera will go off when it's a south wind. It's almost like those bucks know that or something, you know? That's just something that I saw with these cameras last year that I think is vitally important to being able to kill whitetails that are older and mature more consistently every year, is hunting those winds correctly. And when you're getting this real-time data during hunting season, it can really screw with your head and make you jump in to a stand that you should never be in and blow your chances with that big buck because the wind's wrong, and you're in there because you got a picture of Mr. Big Buck at 3 o'clock in the morning. These are both just two big issues that I saw using these cell cams last year. Not really a problem with the actual cameras. It's more with how we use the information that we get. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's getting close to putting out these cell cams. Start getting some inventory on our bucks for 2023. I know that's an exciting time for a lot of us. Smash that like and subscribe button, and we're gonna have a lot of cool content on Food Plots coming out. Hopefully we are gonna be your Food Plot YouTube channel that you come to for all your information. Good luck with your plots, guys, 2023. Thank you.